welcome to Hi Now Weekender, our Culture Week edition. I'm Rachel Picaro.
I'm Kaino Carlson. It's an exciting time, okay? It's Easter weekend, so happy Easter to everybody out there. Also, Merrie Monarch is right around the corner, and really this kind of serves as the mecca, if you will, of the year for Hawaii fashion, right?
That's right, Hawaii fashion, and you, of course, wearing designs by Kamaholi. Loving it. I like the long sleeve on you, looking good.
It's light, it's silky smooth, and I believe I got this at last year's Merrie Monarch, so I'm looking forward to all the Merrie Monarch drops. And we have Kumu Maika here in the Hi Now studio. We're gonna have a ton of fun with him a little bit later, but as Rachel said, it's Culture Week, and we had a chance to check out a lot of different Hawaii Island businesses.
That's right. I actually went over to Hilo earlier, and I got to go check out Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. It's incredible up there.
How was that experience?
It was awesome. It was pouring rain, but when you get really close, you can feel the steam vents, and it was such an amazing time to just be there. And it's gonna be amazing if you head out there to Hilo and then you drive up around Merrie Monarch time. Go and check it out. But first, check their website because you gotta know all the information before you head up there. Check it out. Today we're at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, 4,000 feet above sea level and about 1.5 miles from Halema'uma'u crater to find out all the ways they are helping visitors malama Hawaii.
Well, you're here in the Kilauea Visitor Center at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. This landscape has importance and value universally across the globe. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is about 355,000 acres. That's almost the size of Oahu. Our boundaries extend from sea level to the summit of Mauna Loa at nearly 14,000 feet. It is a huge place to take care of. And honestly, we can't really do it by ourselves. We have staff, we have volunteers, but we also rely on park visitors to help us take care of this landscape and the plants and animals that live here. The park offers a weekly Stewardship at the Summit program, and this is a volunteer rainforest restoration program. Visitors come out, it's a once-a-week program, it's held for 3 hours, and they remove invasive ginger plants. These are a non-edible type of ginger called Himalayan ginger. Or if they can't make that weekly program that we offer, people just coming to the park can do their part by 1, staying out of closed areas, 2, by brushing their boots at boot scrub stations to scrub off mud, invasive seeds, and things like that. And 3, one of the most important things is not to feed wildlife, especially the native nene, the Hawaiian goose. Once they start getting fed by humans, start to attribute humans and cars as a good thing, and then they get run over and killed in the park and elsewhere. Another thing that visitors can do is to show respect, especially when they might encounter Native Hawaiian people who come to the landscapes of Kilauea and Mauna Loa to offer ho'okupu or offerings. Give cultural practitioners their space, let them do their thing, and just show respect overall. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park has been a caretaker stewarding this landscape for more than 100 years. And it's wonderful to be able to partner again with agencies like the Island of Hawaii Visitors Bureau, Hawaii Tourism Authority, and other partners in their Malama Aina, Malama Hawaii campaigns. They just coincide perfectly with the park mission to protect and cherish these native Hawaiian landscapes, the plants and animals and other resources that are intrinsically tied to these landscapes, including Hawaiian culture. Any visitor, before they come to Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, should make the park website their first stop. This will tell you anything that you need to know about what's happening in the park. And the website is pretty easy. It's NPS for nationalparkservice.gov/Hawaii Volcanoes.
All right, look who we got. We've got Kumu Maika Kamaholi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, we're talking about It's Culture Week, and we had to bring you in because last night you had your House of... One more time, tell me what it's called.
House of Kamaholi.
Okay. But that's what it was called. It was at Ward last night, and it was a big premiere.
Yep.
Tell me about how that was, because you guys went over to London and had Fashion Week there.
We did. So we created a 3-part mini-series, London, Milan, and Paris. Those are 3 cities that we showed our fashion in on those 3 runways. And so last night it premiered, London premiered at Ward. We had red carpet, we had all the dignitaries that came in. We had lieutenant governors, senators, they all came. So all of our models flew in we're from Hawaii Island, so Hawaii Island models came in, and all of our family and friends. It was beautiful. It was
All
so
right,
beautiful.
well, first of all, Micah, congratulations. I mean,
Yeah.
what an opportunity. And I think what is so unique is you do such a great job of representing Hawaii in everything that you do. So my question for you is, again, you said London, Milan, and Paris, right? So the one that premiered last night featured on one more time.
London.
London.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like?
You know, it was, I feel like we were part of the history in the making. We were there at the Queen's funeral, and so, I mean, that was historic for us. We got to go to Princess Ka'iolani's school. We had a whole tea party in her study. We went to the home that she lived in. We got to see towers that had Queen Ka'iolani's name on it. We retraced a lot of our historical, all of the history of our ali'i and our monarchs that went through England, and we got to look at all the places that they saw, and we got to walk in their footsteps for a little bit. So, and then at the end of it all, we did Fashion Week.
As if you're not busy enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, but you know, being in London, how did they receive you folks when you were there?
I think we blew them away because in the fashion show itself on London Fashion Week, we actually gave them their own style of clothes, but in our print. So Hawaiian print, but London styles. So it had long trench coats. We had umbrellas with our prints on it. We had the kind of outfits that have a cowl on it. So very like English styles, but with our print. So I think they were amazed, and they could hear story behind fashion, because we were telling the story of our people and how we wear the designs on our clothes. And you know, London's very blue and gray and black colors, and there's no print. And so it was like a little bit the Skittles came to London, and they loved it. They totally loved it. They loved it. So.
Okay, and I think we have some models over here that are joining us
Yeah.
in this. And did they participate in the
These
fashion
are all
show
our
as well?
international superstar models.
All
Miss
right.
Leali'i. This is
Wow,
Kanea
look at these
Olono and
models.
Tylee.
I would love to wear any one of these pieces. They're so gorgeous. And like you said, your pieces just represent the Hawaiian culture through your prints and everything. So just tell us a little bit about what they're wearing.
Yeah, this is Kanea Olono, and she's wearing our Hinai Kamalama print. So you see the moon phases and the currents of the ocean. So the moon and the ocean go together. And so
Very
family print.
nice. And then who else do we have?
This is Tylee, and she's wearing our Le Maile print. And so this is an old Ohe Kapala style of printing the maile. Yeah, these are some of the looks that we took to London and Milan and Paris. And last, Miss Leali'i wearing our Nahikili. My family come from the Thunder and Lightning clans, and so this is that lightning print. And she's wearing jewelry from Maui Divers Jewelry that was actually created right off of our textiles.
Oh,
so
man,
that's
beautiful.
the Kamohuali'i collection by Maui Divers Jewelry. Actually, it's releasing now.
Okay, beautiful. And as we continue to talk about Hawaii Fashion Culture Week on High Now, how excited are you, Michael? Merrie Monarch, 60th annual, and I
Yeah.
know you're going to do a pop-up. Where can people find you and get more?
This is our 20th year as a vendor at Merrie Monarch.
Wow.
And so we'll be, like normal, in the Butler Building in by the Civic. So we're always there. And then we also have a booth at Naniloa.
All right, and you can pick up all of these designs here.
You can.
All right. I can't wait to see everybody rocking their designs by Kamoholi. Everything looks so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And Michael, we know last night's premiere was London. What are we looking at for the other two? What are
So
those?
we wanted to do a premiere for Milan, but we decided that it might be a little bit too much. So we're deciding to do a wrap-up party for Paris, where we're going to take it home to Waimea and invite the whole town to premiere Paris, the last show. We'll call it our wrap-up. But
Congratulations
Yes,
again.
congratulations. But stick around because we're going to have Michael come back with us in a little bit.
We're going to be doing a little bit of crafting, and we're going to getting a chance to learn from the master over here. Don't go anywhere. Aloha and welcome back to High Now Weekender. Kumu Micah Kamohoali'i is hanging out with Rachel and I. And to know Micah is to know that he is a master at many things that he does, crafting being one of them. They hand make so many of the different things that they do for his shows. So Rachel and I are gonna attempt to kind of learn something here today. And what we have over here is we're making a fascinator, right?
Yes.
Can you tell people what that is if they don't know?
So we went to London, and you know, if you know anything about the British aristocracy or just even the the London people, they wear these sort of fascinators, especially to big events. And so we learned that Marie Antoinette, Queen Marie Antoinette, she in the 1700s, she wore all her ostrich feathers, and then it became smaller and smaller little hats, and people were so fascinated by it that they started calling it a fascinator. And so we wanted to make one in honor of our London trip, and we actually wore it all over England, London, throughout the whole UK. Wherever we went, we had Hawaiian fascinators like this. So we took some baskets and all kinds of things we cut up in extra fabric and just things, one old lauhala mat that was cut, and we put it all togetger and made there.
A lot of things you just found around the house, right?
Yeah,
Like this
exactly.
one you said, it's just
this is a placemat. Yeah, so what I did was I told all of our team, I said, let's all make one. And I just saw things around the house. So this is a regular placemat, but what we started to do is I had everybody kind of just pinch like this, and usually we glue it, but we're gonna just staple it.
Leave it to Micah to be so resourceful
We're just
over
gonna
here.
make it work.
Yes.
Just like this, we just kind of pinched and stapled. Or well, actually we glued, but hey.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think we just ran out of staples.
Okay, of course it did.
But then, you know, it becomes something sort of like this that you're wearing on your head in some sort of way. Boom.
Okay, so
like this there. So what we did was we stitched, we glued, and then we stitched it all. So to all hold it together.
Every single person who went on the trip made one of these.
Yeah, some of the guys did too. We didn't wear it because it's not a male thing to wear this kind of fascinator. But we made it for maybe our mothers.
Cute. Yeah. And it's more like a keepsake for them.
Yeah, that's what it was. I wanted them to have a little like keepsake from London, as well as something that looked London but Hawaiian at the same time. So we did a lot of fascinators out of lauhala. To show them, you know, our own take on what a fascinator would look like in Hawaii.
So were you finding, especially as a designer yourself, a lot of cross between fashion, like what it looks like over there, and the way that Hawaiian fashion?
Yeah, you know, a lot of our old Hawaiian fashion came from English fashion. So our holoku, our famous holoku, was that's an English dress that we had, of course, turned it into a Hawaiian dress and added on miles of fabric for a train and put feathers on it and just zhuzhed it up and made it into something amazing.
And you were telling me the holoku, the longer it was, the more like sophisticated, more royal you were.
Yeah, I mean, you're showing how much fabric you can wear if you really wanted to.
Because fabric is expensive.
Yeah, and it just kind of let people know that I can wear all this fabric if I wanted to.
All right, Michael, what's going in now?
Okay, so now you just kind of have to just dazzle it up. So this is some quail feathers. Usually it gets glued in there.
Okay,
but, you know, sometimes the bigger the better. But this is what we did. We glued it all in there. I can probably stitch this in there.
Wow.
Just like that. And then, well, it ends up becoming this whole fascinating.
Amazing, fascinating.
Hey, I'm fascinated watching this all come together.
Let me try to stitch it in.
Yeah. Well, you could pretty much add anything in there.
You could.
Even fresh flowers if you wanted.
Yeah, totally. That's what we did as well. We had fresh flowers in it. We had all kinds of things that we put into it.
Wow. Okay, now I gotta learn how to stitch.
Yeah, that's the next evolution.
Put this in here. Let me see if I can get that last in here. And then at the end, we put this clip on, so we kind of stitched this clip on so that you could just clip it in like that. So it ends up doing something of this sort.
Hey.
Something like this.
Whip them up, easy
love
kind.
that.
It's better if I put it on your
There you
head.
go.
Then I can actually see what it looks like. There.
Look how cool that is. I mean, if you really want
And
to
is the local style still apply if it's over your heart? You're taking, or do you remember that? Is it?
Yeah.
Are you taken if you wear the fascinator?
Oh my gosh, make sure you make one of these for Merrie Monarch.
Yeah,
totally.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's really fun. We gotta keep going.
Yeah, just like this. So, you know, we wanted to do them out of lauhala. We did them out of placemats. We did them out of lauhala. We did some out of just some netting that we had around the house. We put some wire in it. And put some feathers on it.
I saw you're so amazing. There's so much history and knowledge that comes with everything that you do. But one more time, Micah, how can people tune in for the specials? I know you just had the premiere, but how do people watch Milan, Paris, and the London House of
So next week is the premiere, the TV premiere, April 11th. And so it goes April 11th, April 15th, and 16th. I think there's it airs 4 times, and then within a 2-week period, and then Milan comes up, it airs 4 times within a 2-week period, and then Paris will premiere in a 2-week period as well.
Well,
All
a
right.
big mahalo for coming and congratulations
Yes,
on all the
congrats.
success.
Thank
So
you.
incredible.
Thank you so much.
Go check this out. This is really cool. Very good, Merrie Monarch. You'd be stunning.
Yeah, of course.
This could be.
You guys are good. The spirit of Hawaii Island is the spirit of possibility. CU Hawaii Federal Credit Union embodies that spirit and is passionate about seeing members on Hawaii Island succeed. When you believe in what's possible, anything is.
Our credit union started with just one location in 1955 and has since grown into 8 different locations. And we also have a student credit union. We are passionate about helping our members fulfill their dreams by helping them to start their savings account, establishing their credit, in purchasing their home, owning a car, or even saving for their future, having them fulfill their dream vacations.
This is Hawaii's credit union. So pretty much wherever you go, if you're on the east side, the west side, you're in town, you're out in Ke'au, we're convenient. We're here for you. This Ke'au branch is located right off of the highway. I like being the branch manager out here, and just because I live out here, it's like I'm rooted. Helping the community out here, I mean, it's such a big plus because it just allows me to see my friends, see the family, make new friends in the community that I live in.
Our credit union is a nonprofit organization which allow us to provide lower interest rate to our community and higher dividends. And also we do provide free checking account.
We're happy to give back to both our members and the community. We participate annually and collect donations for various community events, such as the Alzheimer's Association, the American Cancer Society, as well as the Hawaii Island Toys for Tots. So since the pandemic, we've come up with an annual giving thanks. This entailed a loan promotion that we offered our members some great rates. And through the proceeds from our loan promotion, we're able to donate over $40,000 through several deserving organizations. We've also created scholarship opportunities for our high school and college students to further their education. And any member that visits any one of our branches throughout the month of April are provided with so much goodies and thankful gifts from us to them with our annual membership appreciation. So what makes CU Hawaii different from others? We create family, we create friends. We see these children that grow up to be adults. We help them with their finances. We greet them by name. They know us by name. We see them outside of work. It's such a great opportunity to be able to service this side of the island as well as the other branches. We're all the same, where we treat our members like family.
Aloha, today we are in Hilo and I'm with Keala of Haumea, Hawaii, and you are launching 3 Bs, and that's bikinis, bridal, and bags. Let's talk about Haumea, Hawaii.
Haumea is our little family princess. But Haumea was also the goddess. She's a Hawaiian mythology goddess. She's so important. When Haumea was born, she did go through many, many surgeries, but she never gave up. And today she's 8 years old and she's doing really fantastic. I'm so proud of her.
Thank you for sharing that story.
Thank you.
Tell me about what you carry.
I'm a lover of bags and shoes. So I decided when I was going to retire, I was going to make luxury handbags.
Tell me about how special your bags are. You said it's Italian leather, made in America.
We have all kinds of bags, and now we're coming up with some new styles. It's all about sustainability right now. People don't realize what a lot of what we're buying now is made out of PV. It's a plastic. And the thing is our leather is so pretty. I have a bag, my first designer bag I bought was in 1979, and I still have it.
Love that, made to last, and that's what's key here is buying something that will last a long time, that maybe you can even pass it on to future generations.
Exactly, and we're just gonna come out with new products that are sustainable.
You've got this brand new Sweet Okole line. Tell me about it and how it really caters to all body types.
Sweet Okole was kind of a tongue-in-cheek in 1975, the song by the Beamer Brothers. We all wanted to have the sweetest Okole. This year we're doing a lot of bright colors. Cakey to our toddlers, to our tweens. We have all sizes. We now run up, because of popular request, up to 4X. So we're body inclusive.
And you also have a bridal line.
It's the first official bikini bridal line for Hawaii. We're even willing to make our bridal line custom if you wish. And if you're looking for our Sweet Okole bikinis, they'll be on sweetokolehawaii.com. If you're looking for our bags, you would go to haumeahawaii.com. We'll have all the bags up by Merrie Monarch Day. If you'd like a personal shopping experience, and we'd be happy to walk you around and show you different bags.
Keala, thank you so much for having me today, and congratulations on your line.
Thank you.
Oloho translates to new life, and in 2022, it led to new beginnings as Oloho Designs by Sharia Chunlai opened up their very first storefront right here in Hilo. Okay, first of all, Sharia, congratulations.
Thank you.
How has life changed since New York Fashion Week?
It has been amazing. It's been busy, the busiest I've ever been, but it has been a roller coaster of just fun, being in the store, being with my daughter that's now here, creating and designing new prints and styles and designs, and excited to actually meet customers. It has been a complete dream of mine. I was able to get the opportunity after New York Fashion Week to open right here in the heart of Hilo at Manono Marketplace. It's been a big change, but in a good way, a good change where I've been able to learn the process of having a store, keeping up with inventory and what customers love, what they don't love, but also trying to stay true to myself and what I want to bring out for people to see and wear and represent.
So what can people expect when they come down here to the store? There's a lot of New York fashion pieces, but there's also new releases.
Yes, I always have in display my New York Fashion Week looks, and people love to come in and see what was actually on the runway. I'm working on a bunch of new prints as well to come out, and then different styles for men and women. I just released my new denim collection, so I wanted to be able to bring that out for others to wear as well. And I'm working on children's too, so I'll have that soon.
It's the 60th annual for Merrie Monarch. How are you folks getting ready?
I'm excited. This will be the first time that I've ever participated in Merrie Monarch, but really excited to bring out some new releases and then to just meet a lot of people from all over the place. So I'm excited to experience that. On social media, on Instagram at Oloho Designs and online at olohodesigns.com.
Welcome back to High Now Weekends, our Culture Week edition. Right now I'm with Eric Takahata of Hawaii Tourism Japan. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Rachel. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know, we're approaching Merrie Monarch, which is all about culture, Hawaiian language. But that means we're going to have an influx of visitors. And we're wrapping up the Malama in Action, which now we're going to be airing like a 30-minute special of Malama in Action. Tell everybody what that is.
You know, Malama in Action was a series that we did together, and this is just a culmination of all of the segments that we did, and you know, to show how much the Japanese really are in tune with our culture, our community, our aina here in Hawaii, and I think this 30-minute special is going to be great.
We got to go all over Hawaii and just check out some of the places who are really you know, putting together like plans on how we can Malama Hawaii, and it really focuses on regenerative tourism, which means that they're not just coming, having fun, and then they're on their way.
Yep.
They're actually learning about the culture and ways that they can help to protect our land and to further our missions.
Right.
So tell me about some of your favorites. As we're looking through some of the videos, like this, we're here on Maui. We checked out Leilani Farm Sanctuary, got to take a look at what they do there. What was your favorite part of the special?
I think all the segments. You know, we love all the islands, right? We market all the islands in Japan. And, you know, when we talk about Hawaii, it is truly all of the islands that we have in our state. So all of them are my favorites. And I'm not just saying that, I really, really love all the nonprofits that you guys covered.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit, I know a lot of Japanese tourists are going to be coming because of Merrie Monarch. How popular is hula in Japan?
Well, that's one of the things that they're crazy for, right? The Japanese, they love our culture, they love our music, they love everything. They love Olelo Hawaii. And for the Merrie Monarch, you know, it's hula, right? So there's actually 1.7 million hula dancers in Japan.
Wow.
So when you think about that, the population of our state is about 1.4 million, right?
Oh.
So it's as if you walk in around Hawaii and every man, woman, and child is a hula practitioner. That's how many hula dancers got in Japan.
Oh man, wouldn't that be the life if everybody was dancing hula in Hawaii? That would be fantastic. But that just goes to show the love that our Japanese tourists, our visitors have for Hawaii.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like we have a similar backgrounds, similar cultural, you know, how should I put this? We're very similar when it comes to culture. They're very respectful of their land and the practices that they have there. What do you see with the similarities?
There's many similarities with the Hawaiian culture and the Japanese culture. One, you know, you start with the respect for your own land, your own kupuna, your own culture. And so these are things that mirror each other with the Hawaiian culture and the Japanese culture. And that's why the Japanese just love the Malama initiative that we're on right now, because it's easy for them to understand because they respect their own culture. They respect their own kupuna. They would want us to respect their aina and everything like that. So I think it's a very easy concept for them to understand.
Absolutely, and if there's some organizations out there that want to partner with Hawaii Tourism Japan and they want to get on this Malama in Action mission, where can they go? How can we learn more about what you folks are doing?
Just come to allhawaii.jp and hit the contact button, the tab, and you can send us an email and we're more than happy to work with you and talk with you and get Malama in action.
I love that. And you know, as I reflect on being able to travel to all the different islands and seeing what some of the organizations are doing out there for Malama in Hawaii, it makes me think about how I travel as well. What I do when I go over to Vegas or when I'm in New Zealand or wherever I travel, it makes me want to learn more about the culture there and, you know, participate in some of the things that they're doing that's really special and unique to the land there. So it just is a nice reflection and it makes you really think about how you are respecting other people. So it's a good reminder. So if you want to go and check out the 30-minute special of Malama in Action, make sure you head to Hawaii News Now. And that's going to be on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Tuesday.
Streaming online, yep.
Awesome. Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Rachel.
All right. Well, you know what? I was talking about Malama in Action. I got a chance to go and head over to Hilo and check out the fish pond and what they're doing there. Check it out.
Haya utau-tau tulalili Tanahili mautau tapapalala.
Now that was a beautiful chant. We are here in Hilo today and we're checking out one of the local i'a. I am with Kumiko Hasegawa Madison, the president of Aina Ho'ola Initiative. Tell us what you folks are doing in the work here and how it helps the environment, how it helps educate our visitors and the community in general.
We are restoring the wetland here and the local i'a. This is a very culturally significant place and it's also a very, very important environment, wetland environment for our endangered water birds. Before we started, where we're standing right now was covered in invasive grass and we removed it, even from the water. This project started all from the land. The land spoke to me. It told me to do this.
Tell me about how it has helped improve the conditions around the local i'a, but also bringing back our native species.
Nene responded really quickly, like 3 months after they started to come. And this past month, they nested. And then Hawaiian native stilts, Ai'o, they came to visit last May. I hope they'll come back and live here someday. So it's a wonderful thing.
The Destination Management Action Plan for the island of Hawaii, supported by Hawaii Tourism Authority, calls together the community and the partners to take care of this very special place, the natural, cultural, and historical places of our Aina. It's really important for our communities to come together to work with programs like Aina Ho'ola initiatives. Our mo'opuna, and generations to come can learn about these sacred and special places.
The visitors are welcome to help us. That way, they can learn about this land and they can feel the land and they can help us heal the land and they can be part of this land. It's important for them to love Hawaii in a different way, not just the surface.
I love the work that you folks are doing here at the local i'a.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, go ahead and check them out on all of their social media, Instagram and Facebook at Aina Ho'ola Initiative. Come on in and volunteer. The nonprofit organization Kupu has been around since 2007, empowering our keiki to create a more sustainable Hawaii. And today I am joined by Dr. Kavika Riley. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Now, applications are open for a couple of programs at Kupu. Tell me about them.
The first one I'd like to talk about is our Hawaii Youth Conservation Corps summer program. So it's a great thing for somebody who's going into their senior year of high school, maybe just graduated, or a few years into the workforce or college, and they want to get that first chance to see what it's like to work in conservation. You get to see some of the most precious, most beautiful places in our archipelago, and what's even more important, you get a chance to learn how to care for them. Kupu has had the opportunity to help thousands of young people to get their first hands-on experience in the environment and then to experience opportunities that can create a pathway for them to realize that caring for the environment is not just something that we can do in our pastime, but it also can be a calling, it can be a profession, and there are great jobs caring for the environment. The Conservation Leadership Development Program is the second one that I wanted to share with you about. It's an opportunity to spend as much as a year working in conservation, and we're trying to sort of solve one of the challenges that young people who are trying to enter the workforce have, and that is you need experience to get the job, but you can't get the job without the experience, right? So this is a paid entry point to a career in conservation. You're going to get a paycheck, you're going to get health benefits. The pay and the scholarship together amounts to as much as $30,000 for a year of service, and you're going to walk away with a network and skills and the ability to hopefully start your career in that field.
Let's talk a little bit about the food truck, though. This is not an average food truck. These are culinary students at the Ho'okupu Center.
The food truck is going great. So for teens and young adults that are in our GED program, they have a chance, along with the learning, to get training in different fields. They learn about conservation. They also learn about the culinary industry. With the food truck, we're able to really expand opportunities to feed folks, to take ingredients and other things from our local farmers and support them, and to give jobs and training opportunities for the young adults that are in our GED program.
If there's anybody that wants to fill out one of those applications or maybe grab a plate lunch, where can they go?
Food truck is located at the ASB building in Chinatown. You can order from us on Squarespace. You can learn more about what's on our menu. For all of these opportunities, folks can visit www.kupuhawaii.org.
We're at the National Tropical Botanical Garden on the beautiful island of Kauai. I'm with Mike Demoda, who is the curator of living collections here.
NTBG has a long history with native plant conservation, going back to the late 1970s with some of our very well-known field botanists.
Part of the vision for the Kauai Destination Management Action Plan focuses on the importance of the island's fragile ecosystems.
Native plant conservation includes many things in documenting flora of Hawaii, for example, doing all that field work, making collections and locating where they are, and describing ecosystems is a very, very important aspect. One of the other important things we do here is conservation of our canoe plants. The Hawaiians were part of a long tradition of seafaring and discovery. They learned to travel with their own food and medicinal supplies. So to all the islands in Polynesia, they brought about 24 kinds of plants that were used as either food, fiber, or medicinal sources. Coconuts, taros, sweet potatoes, breadfruit, to name just a few. The conservation of the biology of an island and the cultural values of the people that live on that place is something that is kind of in tune with traditional ways of life all over the world. Polynesians, generally, and the Hawaiians in particular, learned to live on islands. And so they learned to live in concert with the islands. When they arrived, they didn't do things that would upset the ecosystem because they realized they depended on it. They understood how important it was to maintain the watershed, and their agricultural practices and their lifestyles actually helped to enhance ecosystem function. You can kind of tell which plants were really important in Hawaiian culture by the diversity in the cultivars that we have today. Now with taro, we all grew up eating poi here, and there's only about 3 or 4 varieties of taro that are grown for poi. They produce a very good quality poi. They're very high yielding, so they can be profitable for the farmers. But there's 100 other varieties at least that don't have the same characteristics. And as a botanical garden, I've always felt that it's our responsibility to continue to grow these other varieties, because with the climate change, we don't know which varieties of taro are going to be useful in the future.
What are some of the biggest threats to our native species?
Right now, a huge threat to our native species are invasive species. Invasive pathogens, and for example, with ohia, the rapid ohia death. But then there's, of course, feral pigs and goats and deer trampling in the forest, eating up everything on the ground. Then invasive plants and trees. They are aggressive, and they replace our native plants very, very easily. The loss of our native species, particularly up in the watershed, would be detrimental to us even living here. Everybody can contribute. By planting a few native plants in your yard, you're providing habitat for even native insects, which are an important part of the ecosystem.
And people can also come down here to the National Tropical Botanical Gardens and get more information. They can come and take some tours.
You can go on our garden's website and read about the tours that are available here. You can also go on our garden website to see how you can help NTBG.
Welcome back to Hi Now Weekender. We've got McKenna Maduli, host of Talk Story, and you've been busy with Hula is Life as we approach Merrie Monarch.
Yes.
You gotta tell everybody about that.
It's hula season. We do this every year, and it was really fun as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Merrie Monarch Festival. There are hundreds of dancers, kumu hula, everyone getting ready to hit that historic stage in Hilo. And it's just been fun to gather all of these people who are in the community, and we celebrate hula.
Absolutely. You've been working extremely hard. So everyone's excited to see it. Tell us a little bit about the first special people are going to tune into.
The first special is actually going to be with Auntie Luana Kavelu, who is the president of the Merrie Monarch Festival. And we had a chance to go down to Hilo, and she welcomed us, and she was so great. And we actually got there the day after the chairs were put in. And so we walked through the stadium together, and they're preparing. Lights were up, and it was just a good time for her to share the many hands that go into putting together the Merrie Monarch Festival. There are many volunteers, and like we mentioned, there's fundraising that happens with the halau, lots of practices, lots of lei making, lots of exchanges. So she shares some of those stories with us from the historic stage in Hilo, and it was wonderful to be there right before everyone. There were practices, so we kind of got a day there in Hilo.
And I gotta say too, that must have been quite an experience for you. I don't see Auntie give a lot of interviews. How was that?
Auntie, you know, her intention is so pure, and she really protects the halau, and she protects the volunteers. And we shared and talked a lot about that message. Also in that special, we just celebrated the release of a quarter with the Edith Kanako Ole Foundation.
Right.
So in that particular special, we also have Nalani, Kanako Ole, and Pua Kanahele, as well as the legacy, her mo'opuna of Auntie Edith.
Very
Wow,
cool.
that's
Very
gonna be
sweet.
incredible to watch. Now, what's next?
All right, the next we have, on Thursday, we're gonna crown our 2023 Miss Aloha Hula. And so we went back and we celebrated with the 1993 Miss Aloha Hula, Melia Lobenstein Carter from Kopau Hula o Ko'anoia o Va'ahila. And cool story, you guys, this is the first year Merrie Monarch presented live Miss Aloha Hula. So we have a clip for you guys to look at.
Wow.
You know, because before that, growing up, if you weren't at Merrie Monarch in person, the Miss Aloha Hula was like a free night voice we heard. So this was a really epic moment. I think this was what I was more nerve-wracked over. And probably every Miss Aloha Hula, gets more worried about, because this is your first impression.
And so when you took a sign line break and then you're preparing, how are you even asked by Sunny?
I believe it probably happened from years ago when I was dancing from Keiki Hula time. I was dancing. e ola mauloa ai.
Owana, because this is one special song. Tell me all about it.
All of our marmele were written by Larry Lindsay Kimura. We came in.
Just saying, Justin, watching that, I'm ready for the Merrie Monarch.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
Everyone is. 146 countries tune in from all over the world to watch the best in hula, so it's a very exciting time for all of us.
Very cool. I love that so much. And then you moved on to language. Tell me about that.
Ooh, yeah, it was really special to do this show, Eola Ka'olelo Hawaii. Really, we discuss the pilina between Olelo Hawaii and hula. They are inseparable, right? You cannot have Oli, you can't have Mele without Olelo Hawaii. So we have linguists and just legend, Puakia Nogomeyer, who comes in and talks story with us, really just talking about how it was beautiful to see the language live and elevate. We also celebrated the 40-year anniversary of Aha Punana Leo, which I know we also celebrated here on High Now.
So incredible the work
and
they do.
Holokai, oh my gosh, this boy, 4 years old, speaks fluent Hawaiian, and he had Anake Kena's heart. I wanted to steal him, take him home. Holokai, I love you.
But just in watching these, this is totally fully encompassing. It's an immersive experience into Merrie Monarch, and just all the work that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then there's the sound. So the last special, which is going to be on Saturday at 5 p.m. on K5 before Owana night, I got to talk to, I fangirled so hard, Kelly Iraishao.
I'm fanboying now.
Okay, Kelly Iraishao. And we talked about his first album release in 1994, which was Kawai Punahele. And the idea for this...
I just hummed it in my head when you said
I'm
that.
not even kidding you. I danced Kawai Punahele to my 6th grade talent show.
Ooh, I want to see that video. We'll feature her on Top Story, yes. And it was great to sit down and talk with him. And this is my kumawula, Mark Keli'iho'omalu, that we flew in from Oakland, California. And we talk about the distinct sound that comes out of a halau from a kumu and the haumana and their voices that come together in that electrifying sound that we hear not only in Merrie Monarch but in performances. And we talk about everything from kahea, choosing the oli, choosing the verses. It was such great stuff. I'm happy to share it with you.
Yeah, so I have to ask, what was this process like for you? So many interviews, so many conversations, so many different guests.
I can't even imagine cutting all that down. I want to keep it all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been the battle of which bites to keep, because they're all such talented people who really, you know, Talk Story is all about elevating the people in this lahui and hula. I'm a hula lover, so it was really fun. The team came together, and it's great television.
Okay, absolutely. Now, before we let you go, McKenna, where can people tune into the specials? When are they going?
Yeah, they're going to be starting on Wednesday at 6 p.m. all on K5 with the historic stage in Hilo, and then 5 p.m. right before the competition, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Exciting.
Oh, that's going to be good stuff. Watch all 4.
Yes.
Because it's going to be good.
They're fun. And we'll have High Now and Talk Story and all of this surrounding beautiful cultural content around the festival.
That's right. And we got one more clip we want to show you folks. What are we going to queue up?
Okay, so this is from last year. We've heard so much about him. He is the young man from Kauai who stole the show at the Kamehameha Song Contest, O'Ike.
Yeah.
Kamaha'o Haumea Thrones, and he blessed us last year for Talk Story, The Art of Hakumele, and we have a clip for all of you. Right now, I'd love if my one young man Hakumele band could perform one of his original mele. Kamaha'o, can you tell Anake a little about your original song?
Of course. So this song I wrote in February of 2022, and this is for my homeland, Olohena, titled Nani Olohena.
Okay, will you do us the honor?
Of course. no kaua ano e langi.
Ooh, clearly you can see our future is so bright. For more on Talk Story, log on to talkstorynow.com and go follow us on Facebook and Instagram. The art of hakumele lives and will clearly continue for generations to come. Kamaha'o.
Puana ke ia mele no kueina o kamakani inu vai me kaua Hawaii olohia Uana ni olohena I kamalie Hena ni valeno o puna mai o Hena ni valeno o puna mai o
Wow, what a great show. Welcome back to Culture Week on High Now. We had Kumu Maika Kamohoali'i was here. Eric was here from HTA. We just wrapped up with McKenna as we get ready for Merrie Monarch, which is next weekend, and that's all about Hawaii fashion. So I want to shout out my outfit really quickly. This is from Manuheali'i. This is their Kamalu Niu pattern. This
Love
thing
it.
just dropped ahead of Merrie Monarch. Fellas, go get it. It feels good. It looks good. It is good.
You know, I do love the Lun Ohana. They're always bringing it with the Manuheali'i design.
I'm telling you,
everything. So
the fit is fire. Go get one of these.
Well,
this is the drop.
Since we're talking about outfits,
Yeah, what you got
I'm
on?
gonna shout
Tell
out
me.
mine. This is from my Auntie Poppy. My Auntie Poppy made this paparazzi, but yeah, she's Papaloha. But I mean, she just made this.
I love palaka.
Because she's good at sewing, and
Yeah.
so yeah. But I love the print, love the palaka. Everybody's in the palaka, but
Palaka, anytime,
also,
anywhere, any day.
Laha Ole Designs, they're gonna be at Merrie Monarch. They're gonna be right near Maika Kamaholi'i them when they're in the booths.
Craft fairs.
And yeah, the craft fair. And so I got the necklace with the matching earrings. And the cool thing about these earrings is you can lace it through your ear holes. If you have multiple, lace them. Yeah. So gotta shout out Laha Ole Designs.
I'm telling you, next weekend is going to be huge for Hawaii. But this weekend, we're celebrating Easter. So happy Easter weekend to all of you folks at home. Be safe. So much to be grateful for.
And go get the golden egg, because at Kainoa's house, they give out plenty of money.
Hey, yeah, someone make sure you hide that golden egg good. You know, it's always money in the golden egg. We do a keiki egg hunt and adult egg hunt. So I'm ready for this weekend. I'm ready.
Me too. I'm ready to eat. We'll see you guys on Monday. Happy Easter.
Aloha.